And here's Trent. Hey guys, I guess what? I got him on the show. It's great. He's here in his studio.
Hey, I was on the show like every day last week, except for the weekend. But I was just on my phone a lot.
Yeah, it was great. We loved it. It was a different type of adventure. Hey, Trent, you guys want to see something awesome? I'll show you in a second. But guys, if you're happy to see Trent here, smash the like button. If you're not happy, don't hit the down button, but hit the up button because he's here and we love seeing him on his studio. His studio. Yeah.
But right now, there's a bunch of flowers on the floor that I'm trying to get out of the studio from the wedding. They were left over. They're just gonna die right here, unless you know.
You know what you do? Take flowers and place directly into garbage can. Gently. But guys, I do have to hit the subscribe bell if you want Trent. Hey, I got the 4 hits. If you want Trent to throw those flowers out in the garbage can, just hit that like button or smash that subscribe button right there. Right by the flowers, right over there in that general vicinity. But Trent, you want to check this out? Guys, just to prove, who I am, how I am, nobody else has this because I guarantee I'm the only one because I was beta testing this. Check it out, guys. You guys recognize this, right? Pluto Alliance. Yeah. Their very own Pumpkin King made it. It's on the spec, too. I don't know if you guys see it. Check, can you see it?
I can.
Yeah, it's got it on the side patches. My alien right there. Alien. Yeah, check it out, guys. The merch from Pluto Alliance. It's okay, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Drummer, on my left foot, I actually have like half a foot. So if you're into that sort of thing,
Put it on the screen, Trent.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna help your dad with his skin graft? Give him some skin from your foot?
No, I do not.
Can you donate skin like that? Is that a thing? Skin farmers?
Technically, yes, if it's a match. So they'll do it. They can do it from a cadaver as well, which doesn't sound very appealing to me. But to each his own. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Trent, did you know we missed the monthly close?
Huh?
We missed the monthly close.
Well, we didn't miss it. It's just that our stream time is
I totally forgot.
later.
I jumped over. I'm like, okay, let's take a look how much time we have left for the monthly. I'm like, oh, dang.
Yes, all right, guys. It was a bullish close, though.
So I have this photo I'm going to show everybody. Trent just sent me this photo. He said that it's great, and everybody should try it. Oh, there it is. Check it out. The Rainier. Check it out.
I was on a different tab and everything. I was looking at charts when you said that. I was like, no.
You don't like Rainier? No. It's rude, man. It's classic. I actually would have grabbed something else. I have the rum and Coke things mixed I wanted to try, but it was just too sugary. I think I needed to take a break of sugar because before you guys came, I had a very long day at work. It was a 12.5-hour day.
I gotta go rinse my monkish glass real quick.
They had a little baby can of Coke, so I was like, okay, enough sugar. Even though technically beer all turns to sugar anyways, but the hell, man. Do you remember, I only hit the like button if I see some feet, LMAO, JK. I sent you some feet, so you better hit the like button. I'll do a little ASMR pop over Trent is over there. I should shotgun this pint. Just down in one go, shotgun it, old school style. Old school. Just a game. We are looking at the weekly chart. We printed a green candle. Chase Knox, what's up, dog? How you doing? I got a Rainier hoodie. Good beer. Man, I love the Rainier, man. I actually like a lot of the light stuff, like Corona and Rainier. I don't really like Bud. I don't really like Budweiser. I don't like Bud Light. I don't like... Well, PBR is not too terrible, even though it's supposed to be the worst. Yeah. I can handle PBR.
PBR for what it is pretty good.
I just can't drink Bud Light anymore. Ever since the Dylan Mulvaney stunt, I was just like, no.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
I just don't want anybody to get that hint from me. I don't want to release that vibe. I'm not a Mulvaney vibe. Maybe a Milani vibe, but I don't know Milani vibe.
Are you a T-Swizzy vibe?
Hey, Chase, if you're not following us on X, you should definitely jump over there, follow us, and put that picture of your Rainier hoodie on our X. I'd love to see it.
Today, I'm bringing back Space Cookie. You know, tomorrow is the 1st of the month, which means
4th of July is in 3 days.
Huh?
4th of July after the 1st is in 3 days.
Yes. Which also means I'll be putting in a new beer order tomorrow. You know, it's just my habit. It's the way that I try to, you know, when I buy these packs, they're like $160 for, you know, with shipping and everything, unless I go to Anaheim. But either way, it's between $140 and $160 for a case of 6 4-packs. So, you know, I try to stretch them out, you know, through the month, and yeah. So new
how
month.
much is it if you were there and you picked it up?
I mean, shipping is only $20, so it's like what I'm going to spend in gas is what I'm going to spend in shipping. It's just a matter of if I'm going to be in the area anyways, I like to pick it up myself.
You could get another 4-pack.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in the area anyways, I like to pick it up myself just so I can see what's there in person, have a couple pours, you know, stuff like that. But new month always equals a new round of beers that I will be bringing to the brew crew. So there you go. For now, I'm gonna open up one of my last space cookies. I think I've got 3 left. And there's the pour.
Sarah says, since you started the stream, I've gotten fat.
This is a hazy double IPA brewed with cookies, milk sugar, and vanilla beans. Now, when I say that, don't imagine in your mind that the cookies and the vanilla beans and the milk sugar is super strong. It's not. It's very faint. It's very subtle. It's on the back end. It's on the finish.
Hey, Chase. One sec, Trent. Hey, Chase, Thank you for subscribing to us, man. We appreciate it. You're boosting our numbers. We're coming around, baby. If you don't know, myself and Trent were employed by Mr. Bitboy himself, Ben Armstrong. We represent the Pluto Alliance. We're here to make it, man. We are going to rock and freaking roll. We got Spiro, man. Looks tasty. Oh, it is delicious.
Yes, sir. Yeah, dude. I mean, solid all the way around. I've tried this enough on the channel that I'm gonna give it an 8 even. It's not the highest I've given. I've never given a 9.
Dear man,
but it's pretty
Thank
good.
you also for subscribing to us. We appreciate it, dude. We are growing, baby. We're going places. It's the monthly freaking close. We got so much data to go over, guys.
Dude, highest monthly close in Bitcoin's history. Guys, things don't seem bullish because our emotions are out of line. You know, things don't seem bullish because we give into fear, and for us, boredom is one step closer to fear. When you're bored in the market, you're one step closer to aligning yourself with a narrative of fear.
Are you talking?
I am.
Are you mute?
No.
Okay. That's just testing you. Yeah, bro. New to crypto, trying to learn all I can to make some.
Let's go.
Dude, you want my strategy that I didn't do, that I should have did, and I'm going to do next blow run? I'll give it to you right now. I call it the 25, 25, 25, 25 rule. And you can flex with the numbers if you want a little bit, but put 25% Bitcoin, keeps your portfolio from going absolutely nuts. Because sometimes I'm up 90% and sometimes I'm down 90%. Well, Bitcoin has just maintained and constantly grown, okay? First thing in crypto, Bitcoin is a crypto, but it's not crypto in the sense of it doesn't move with all the other alts. It does usually the opposite, almost to a point. So make sure you hold some 25% Bitcoin because that's a real solid strategy. Second thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 25% blue chips or like the bigger cryptos that are in the billion market caps because I want my money to know it's safer. I don't want it to go down like crazy, you know? And that's like Cardano, XRP, Stellar, Solana. Yeah, I think you go take a look. HBAR. I love HBAR. The other percent you have a little fun with. You get the 25%, you throw in the small cap, medium cap ranges, even some micro caps if you really wanted to get some degen plays in there. And then the other thing you should do at the last 25% is keep 25% always in cash. Yes, you're not 100% in the market, but you're going to have a better run because you could buy the dips. You're like, oh, look, it's down 10%. Boom, I'm going to throw 1% in there. Oh, it goes up, 10%. Well, I'm taking my 1% back. I'm pocketing the difference. It drops down, it doubles down, it goes even farther. Put your 1% back in there. You always have a little bit of money to play around with. That's a really solid strategy. It really does work.
My breakdown is just a little bit different. It's usually, I take 25% Bitcoin, 50%, 25% Bitcoin, 25% XRP. I'd be like 35% Cardano, and then I would leave just a little extra split between lower cap plays. They don't have to be lower cap, just things that I think have they're not high cap, and then a little cash on the side to trade with. And speaking of trading, if you guys, are new to crypto, I'm going to share my screen, show you our Twitter real quick.
If I beat you to it first.
If you can, go ahead. We do have something for you guys.
Oh, you pulled me off.
Here.
There it goes. Oh, there it is. I beat you.
We do have something for you guys here, and that is our link to trade on BYDFi. Biddle Your Dream Finance. And with our link, you can get when you deposit $100 worth of funds, you get $60 in bonus. That's a 60% bonus on your deposit. If you deposit $500, you get a $100 bonus. Deposit $1,000, you get a $200 bonus, and deposit $5,000 or more to get a $1,000 bonus in your bonus wallet on BidFi. If you're new to crypto, I have to do my due diligence. Like Chase, you're saying you're new. I have to do my due diligence and say, please do not leverage trade until you know what you're doing. However, if you're trying to learn, you can always demo trade on BYDFi without risking any real money, just to learn what you're doing. And if you want to if you want to test your hand at the trading game, you can do it with this $1,000 bonus. Do it with free money. Deposit or whatever you can afford. If you can only deposit $1,000, then trade with that $200 bonus. Send your $1,000 in, and then after you get your bonus, withdraw that $1,000 so you're not tempted to use it. And then trade with that.
Epstein's Ghost. Let's go, man. I love the name.
And then you trade with whatever's in your bonus wallet. Altcoins look like they looked a little better today. But anyways, I'll kick it back over to T-Square and we'll get into that.
Me. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. What we got going on for us the monthly? Okay, guys. We have the green dots still playing out. Money flow is thick. We're at 69, which is solid numbers to be at. Like Trent said, we have an all-time high. DBSI is predicting to have another green candle, but we are losing a little bit of strength. So we went from a 16 to an 8. The bulls or bears went from -5 to 0. So we did lose a little bit of ground. Not to sweat, though. Okay, not to sweat. We have a green dot on the weekly. DBSI is looking solid for next week. And they actually lost some ground on the weekly chart for Bitcoin. We got a green dot on the 5-day. We have a green dot on the 3-day with momentum. And we have an anchor trigger wave on the 2-day, which is looking real nice with the momentum wave. VWAP still up. Strength is up high. Let's go, Stokes. Oh, my gosh. I keep hiccuping from this cheap beer. The stochastics are at our high, but it's okay. Everything else is looking good. The 12-hour, we're leaning a little bit more momentum to the downside, so we might do a little quick fake out, do 103. And the reason for that is even Trent might be able to help me on some of this, but yesterday we were talking about the charts and we were going after the liquidations down here and we were smashing them out. And then on Model 2, we still have all those shorts. Those shorts are still sitting there thinking that they're good. They're not going anywhere. Okay, they're not safe, guys. They're not safe. Heat Model 2, we still have a little bit more to go. We might as well snag these guys down here. They think they're safe. That 106, 300, okay? We can take those guys out and keep going back up, okay? It's not crazy to go down $1,000. That's less than 1% of Bitcoin. You jump over to Model 3. Model 3 shows a lot of them shorts, man, are right there. They're just waiting to get smacked. Or long, sorry. Smack them longs. Then we have nothing but upside to go. Nothing but freaking upside. The only one that kind of confused me, Trent, when I was looking at this earlier was, now they all look kind of normal now. Do I take it back? They all look normal now. Something changed. I don't know. I don't know what it was, to be honest with you. Epstein ghost. Do you believe in conspiracies? Did Epstein kill himself? Jump back over the charts. We're heading over to Ethereum. Actually, let's go check out dominance. We'll check out the dominance. Okay, look, there we go. Bitcoin dominance is coming down. It's making a little bit we saw momentum to the downside on the 12 hour. We have momentum coming down on the daily. The same thing with the 2-day, 3-day, and 5-day. Looks like it's just starting to roll over on itself, okay? With the dominance anyways. And then we go over to Ethereum. And Ethereum, where are we at? We are so close to making an anchor trigger wave, guys. Look, we need to, the light blue needs to cross over the dark blue. It's 16.3 to 16.2. We're so unbelievably close to getting a green dot and getting an anchor trigger wave to the upside. We're so unbelievably close. So can't give it up, guys. And even in the 2 weeks, we still have the momentum wave coming up on Ethereum. When Ethereum pumps, everything pumps. And the altcoins, that's got a good way to look at it. And we have a green dot. Has not confirmed, but is leaning solidly good numbers. Okay, we have the green dot means number go up on the weekly. That is beautiful. Now we're going to show the time frame down. We go to the 8-day. Doesn't really give us anything on the 8-day. 5-day looks like, well, actually looks like the momentum's coming down a little bit. But the 3-day is showing that we have an outwardly wave. So we could jump between the 5-day and the 3-day. It's kind of getting the outwardly wave. So, which is good, which means telling us the 5-day is probably going to slow down too. And we got the VWAP at negative 0.5, which is real close to crossing that zero line where we get more movement to the upside. And how this VWAP looks, it doesn't look mellow. It looks like it wants to come up, and it wants to come up hard. The 2-day for Ethereum, we have an anchor trigger wave. Anchor trigger waves play out really, really well. They just do. Okay? And the daily, the momentum wave's coming up, guys. It is not freaking over for alts. Don't even say that it is, because it's not. It really isn't. Another thing watch a lot of people talk about too is like Coinbase. When Coinbase is like something similar to like freaking, it starts before, like when Coinbase runs, usually Bitcoin's right behind it. Look, Coinbase ran to a new all-time high. Guys, Bitcoin's right around the corner from doing the same exact thing. Don't get your pants up in a knot, because that's looking freaking great. Freaking great. Right? No, I don't have the SPX on here.
Don't we have a weekly green dot for Bitcoin on Market Cipher?
We do. Not confirmed though. Not confirmed.
Right.
But the 8-day is getting farther ahead of it, and we're still holding it on the 8-day. We have this weird scam wick right here, and the 8-day is projecting an 8 to a 3, which also previously was a 16 for the Bears. So they lost that battle, surprisingly. And we had a negative 5, so we actually gained a lot of ground on top of the Bears. Pretty good, guys. All right, Trent, you're on the screen.
Okay, yes. So I'll do a quick run through of my charts. Share this tab instead. So guys, what I see going on right here for the Bitcoin monthly close is the highest monthly candle close in Bitcoin's history, coming in at $107,000. Sorry, the month actually just closed, right? No, it's right here. Sorry, there's a new candle open that we can't see. It's very small. So yeah, coming in at $107,131, which, if you look at it closely, you can see that we've basically filled in these wicks over here, which is a great sign. You know what they? Huh?
Oh, we had a request real fast. I was responding to it. I was saying, Cameron Earth King. I actually just looked at this a couple of days ago. The problem is trying to look at a trading view. At least at the time I looked at it, nothing had it pulled up. I mean, the only place I could find it was on CMC. So that was a couple of days ago. We might pull more things up that have it. Have you heard of Blaze before, Trent?
I haven't, but run it real quick. Muffhead says, Cameron Earth King says use Dex tools.
Yeah, well, here it is on CMC, and we're having a little bit of a correction right now. And it could correct down to 0001. That would be its local support. If it goes down any lower, it'll probably come down to like this range, 7, 8.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the bearish engulfing candle right there. What's the what time frame is that on?
It's on the daily.
Ooh.
And CMC Uniswap holds 100% of it Blaze on base. The supply. So Blaze is a
research coin. I'll look at research coin real quick.
Fire dog. It's a dog. It's a base meme coin token inspired by a mythical fire dog, representing unstoppable energy, community-driven momentum, and the raw spirit of decentralized culture. Launched on the base blockchain, Blaze embraces a meme coin ethos. No utility, no roadmap, just fire. Guys, you should go all in on this. This sounds like I'm just kidding, not financial advice in any way. Okay, Trent, you probably know more about this token than I do, so I'm going to you.
So, Research Coin on CoinMarketCap, it says the mission of Research Hub. Is this the right coin? Drop in the chat if this is the coin you're talking about. Just got in late to the stream. Are we a go on the start of alt season tomorrow? Well,
I haven't seen you before. You should like and subscribe, please, if you haven't.
Yes, guys, if you're on the stream right now, know that YouTube is a hard grind. We work our butts off on here, and it would touch T-Square right in his heart.
Yes. I mean, yeah.
If you subscribe to the channel. So we really do appreciate it. Alt season, I'm about to get into that in a second. I'll give you my 2 cents, no pun intended, on Research Coin. Let me see. Am I on? Okay, yeah, I'm there. Okay, so the mission of Research Hub is to accelerate the pace of science. Okay, our goal is to make a modern mobile and web application where people can collaborate on scientific research in a more efficient way, similar to what GitHub has done for software engineering. Research Coin, RSC, is the community governance and rewards token on the Research Hub platform. RSC is used to reward scientific contributors for certain behaviors. For example, uploading scientific literature, discussions, peer review based on community upvotes, etc. And it can be used for users to tip content they like and open bounties to incentivize the completion of scientific tasks. For example, pay for peer review, generate graphical abstracts for scientific papers, etc. So, you know what? Like, here's the thing. Here's my thing about this. I do think that decentralized science, DeSci, is going to be one hell of a niche in crypto. But it is a matter of time. I don't think that we're quite ready for it yet. I think that if you're in decentralized science right now, you're way ahead of your time, like, being really early in AI. But the problem is you might be better off waiting for the bear market. I'm not saying don't scoop any up right now. I'm saying if it fits your portfolio allocation, if you already have some allocation in Bitcoin and blue chips, when you have some cash and you're doing this smart, then take the small cap allocation that you have and put a little bit of it towards something like this, and then plan for later in the bear market.
It's crazy how that coin looked dead and now it's alive.
Yeah. You know, Rejuve.ai is my preferred choice for decentralized science. It's a token in the Singularity Net ecosystem with Ben Goertzel, which Singularity Net is now part of the Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance, ASI, along with
to buy.
along with
an all-time low.
right. Yeah, along with
I'm low.
and Ocean Protocol. But in the Singularity Net ecosystem, there are other tokens underneath it, like NTX, NewNet, which is a decentralized storage protocol, and Rejuve.ai is a health and wellness decentralized science play. So I like that's honestly my preferred play. But I will tell you this: what I just read right now, if I can confirm that Brian Armstrong is supportive of it, and and I can, I would read the white paper first. I would take the white paper, upload it to ChatGPT. I would have, I would do things like that. I would do my due diligence, right? But just based off of what I read right now, I think something like this is incredibly bullish, and some people are going to make a lot of money off of this. Look at it. It's already done over 8,000% gains. Man, that's incredible. But even if its best times are yet to come in the next cycle, even still, a project like this is one of those things, and I don't feel like this very often, but I kind of get that feeling when I look at this, that it's one of those once in a blue moon, world-changing potential projects. So I don't know.
I don't know either, Trent. I was going to show you a quick little recap on Dex tools. I don't know if you can see this, Blaze.
Okay.
I don't have Dex tools on my phone. What do you think about that candle? Do you think the uptrend, trade against a trend, not good?
I don't like the bearish engulfing candle, man. It's not that it's not going to find a floor and then go up. Sometimes when you get a candle that big, what you actually do is you speed up the process of finding a new floor, right? So instead of having to wait for days and weeks of consolidation to find a floor, maybe you can find that floor a bit faster and then start moving up again. So, there is that potential, but just mitigate your risk, mitigate your risk, especially.
Would you recommend all in, or would you say just a percentage of your portfolio?
Well, I would say if you're up on it considerably, maybe mitigate your risk by getting out a little bit and getting into something else. But if you're not up on it considerably and you're trying to get in right now, no, I would scale in. Scale in is always the right answer. Except when it's not, but that's very rare. Okay, so back to the charts. I'll make this quick. So incredibly bullish monthly close. The stochastics are not overbought, and we do have a lot of room to run here. So I like that. Coming down to the weekly chart. We're making this flag right here, and we're also we have a flag and an inverse head and shoulders, and I pointed this out last week, but what am I doing?
I don't know what you are.
Get that drawing, get that brush off of here.
That's what I do all the time.
Oh my God.
You did like that's like me.
Okay. So we've got a measured move from this inverse head and shoulders pattern on the weekly. Here's the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. By the way, when you're looking for these patterns, you want to look for this left shoulder to be formed during sideways consolidation after a pump, right? Just like if you flipped it, if I came down here and I inverted scale, right? You're looking for shoulders to be formed when? During sideways consolidation after a dump. Okay, so this is how you spot a proper head and shoulders pattern. So I'll invert scale back to normal, and we have sideways consolidation after a pump, followed by a correction, a bottoming out, which forms the head, and another pump followed by sideways consolidation. This is an inverse head and shoulders pattern with a measured move to $151,190. And the fact that this flag right here is forming is further evidence to me that we are forming a bullish chart here on the weekly. Coming down to the daily chart, let me go ahead and reset chart view. And
Got it.
Yeah, we've got this consolidation here. Look at what we're doing right here. Okay, we are above the 200 period moving average, touching the 21. Okay, and for the full signal, I would say above the 200 MA, touching the 21 with low stochastics. And we don't have that third part. We don't have the low stochastics. However, the stochastics are curving down, which means you just looked at liquidity, Tyler, and you were saying, closer to 106, right?
106,300 liquidations.
106,300. That could continue to bring us down on the stochastics as well as some consolidation. So in the in the near future here, we could be looking at a situation where you're above the 200, touching the 21 with low stochastics, and I would say that's a long entry. Down to the 4 hour, and we're losing the 21, but we're going to have support here off of the 50, which comes in at $106,425, which is what you just said based off of the liquidations. So that lines up. And down to the 1 hour. Again, I would be looking for us to actually hold the 200-hour moving average as support, which is coming in at $106,369, which is, again, what you just said based off of liquidations. So, that being said, I will look at just a brief bit of XRP, just on one time frame. And wow, man, we had an incredible pump earlier. I did actually sell the top of that. Not my spot bags, but
you can continue. I was going to say the most bullish chart I have on like a longer time frame is quant, and it's outstandingly more bullish than any of the other ISOs, and I don't know why that is. I thought maybe it could be a leader for the ISOs trend.
Nice. So what happened earlier today? We broke above the 200 moving average, which means you can expect some volatile moves. That's what that means. And sure enough, you got one. The thing is, you can also get some volatile moves back down. But the 21 has now crossed the 200 right here. The white line crossed over the red line. and we're above the point of control, I think that we find support above the 21 at $2.19. So now, last but not least, Cardano. We've recovered the 21 moving average on the 4-hour chart pretty nicely. And, we're sideways. We don't have a clear bullish confirmation yet on the 4-hour. On the daily right here, we do have this bullish cross on the MACD right there. The stochastics are high. Those are going to have to reset. However, we can pump before having to do that. The RSI is incredibly low, though. So, what that tells me is that the stochastics, it's not going to take much to reset those. Yeah. Let's see. I would be looking for, at this point, when in doubt, draw your trend lines.
Trend line.
So I would be looking for a touch of this trend line at 59 cents or so. And that could reject from there back down to support. Let me grab my horizontal line. Back down to support here or here. Anywhere in that range. Anywhere in that range between 50, let's say 56 cents to 54 cents, right? So that move would reset the stochastic RSI very nicely and allow us to get a good run, and that's on the daily chart. So, yeah, I mean, look at what happened over here when the stochastics reset, right? That corresponds to this move right here, which you look back and you're like, that was mostly sideways. So, hey, there you go. What do we got coming up next?
What do you think about quant? Let me show you what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe you can mirror it off later.
Yeah.
Quant. I was rearranging this to make it a little bit more alphabetical order, but I haven't fully figured it all out yet. Quant is here. All right. So we're going to go to the monthly. And you see the monthly, you have a green dot, and the momentum's coming up already off the bat. And the second thing is the weekly, we still have momentum coming up. We have playing off this trigger wave. The weekly, we also have a green dot. So I'm looking at the longer time frames. I think the shorter time frames are kind of like, The 5-day, we have a green dot. The 3-day, we have a trigger wave.
Oh, hold on. You're not on the screen.
Oh,
there you go.
Hey, I thought I was. Okay, so you have anchor trigger wave on the monthly. 2-week, we got trigger wave, momentum still coming up. The 5-day, we have a green dot also. The 3-day, we have a green dot, trigger wave. The 2-day, we have anchor trigger wave, momentum coming up. Stokes just got a little high, but we have strength coming in hot. Daily, we still have more power to the upside. And I think the 12 hours, the first one's kind of like, looks like it could take a little breather. But now, hang on. I want to show you something. So we go to the monthly, right? Now, I really want you to pay attention. See the anchor trigger wave on the monthly?
Yeah.
I'm just going to scroll through some coins, and you tell me if they mimic this chart. There's nothing that has a green dot like that. Nothing even comes close. Now, it was like literally like a head and shoulders. That one's coming kind of close, but not quite. I mean, we're playing out in the monthly right now. Nothing is like that. These are all blue chips. Like, why is so special about that one's kind of close. That's cake. That one's kind of close. That's the only one though you've really seen that have some sort of crazy momentum. Some of these are like micro caps that people requested, but even say doesn't have enough data. Shib doesn't have it. Sonic, Spa, like Trump, like nothing. Trent, like I could scroll through, and there's nothing that has that sort of pattern. You can see like there's some things that have some sort of pattern. Jump up to the top. You can see how some things have similar patterns, but nothing has below the zero line, head and shoulders, green dot already in play.
Yeah,
I've been trying to find something that mirrors that, and that's the only one that is bizarrely great. This is a good way to look at charts. It's just quant, just this one. I wasn't even looking at them as I was scrolling through, and I stopped on it because I knew this is the only one that has some sort of breakout power. So I think something special could be here.
I've been playing around with the standing desk lately. I'm going to pull my chair out.
Oh, guys, there you go. And we're going to head over to the bubbles. What is the winner today? The top 100. Let's go, Pengu. Trent put a trade in on Pengu. He's up 4,592% on a 250x leverage long with $25,000 trade on Pengu. Right, Trent?
Not quite.
I'm just kidding, guys.
I do want to remember real quick, just before we get too moved on over here. I do want to look at Bitcoin dominance because we have some questions about altcoin season, and it's in the title. So let me come over here. Am I on screen? Okay. So I'm going to go to btc.d.
Guys, you gotta give Trent some snazzy snipes because that is a good title. He picked that out, man. He's solid title picker.
Hey, you know, look at this. Right there.
Bullish. I mean, just kidding. Bearish.
Yeah, you know.
That's how it looks on my screen, too.
Let me flip this on its head. So, okay, you know what? Now that I flipped that on its head, I do think that, hey, is it going to bust right past that, no pun intended, is it going to bust right past that white line, that 21 moving average? Maybe that's a hard sell. It's already had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of pressure.
Can I show you shed some light possibly on what you're looking at?
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at it, trying to give you agreement, is you could say this is like our we're slowly going down is what I mean. Like we were peaked right here. Well, maybe we could have peaked right here. It looked pretty even, but regardless, we're over here now. New momentum wave, and we didn't quite get above where we got, and we have a red dot on the 2-day, and also on the monthly. We have another red dot on the monthly. It hasn't confirmed yet. And one of these red dots on the monthly are going to confirm, and it's going to shave off a lot. And I just wanted to give you street cred, Trent, because momentum is coming down off that red dot 2-day. You know, going down,
right.
going down. Okay, I'm throwing it back to you. I just want to give you some reiteration. So maybe I should have waited. I kind of tried to.
No. That was good. That's helpful. So yeah, that here's my thing: is we came down to the 21 moving average, and this is the real test. Okay, if we lose this, we're going probably. You know, we have support right here on the VRVP. You know, we do have a lot to crash through, for sure. And the stochastics are very low. And this candle is turning green right here with a bounce directly off of the 21. So I do think that like the breakdown is not coming tomorrow, or the next day, or probably the day after that. However, you know, July 2nd, we do have some ETF decisions, right? I believe. And that could
Wednesday?
you know,
Yes. We have a
yeah,
lot. Grayscale, Grayscale, Vanek, I think. There was a
XRP,
lot.
right?
There was a lot. There was like several, a lot. There's a lot of them that come in on the 2nd.
Yeah, so I mean that's gonna make or break this. If we, what happens is that if we get a delay, that's not bearish. That's not going to crash altcoins, but it does mean that we are probably going to bounce off of this 21 for Bitcoin dominance. And it means that we're not going to get a true altcoin season for probably at least some more weeks. You know, and the real froth of it won't be till Q4, in my opinion. But also, here's another thing, a little bit of conflicting signals. Look at the MACD crossing bearish right here for Bitcoin dominance on the daily. You know, we have some, what that's telling me, see the MACD, call it by its government name, the moving average convergence divergence is what it is it's a longer term indicator than the stochastics, right? So the more powerful indicator here is bearish. We can get a little bit of a relief for Bitcoin dominance because the stochastics are so low. We can get that by bouncing off of the 21, and then we have to see what happens from there. But if we lose the 21, you know, we could expect to go down to the 50, and you know, we have to see what patterns start to form after that. If we come down like this and we start to bear flag, you know, we just have to, that looks like a stick figure person. We have to start seeing what happens, right? But the first thing that we need to happen is we need to lose the 21 EMA, or the 21 moving average. Until then, we have no altcoin rally. 4 hour. See, I do like on the 4 hour that we've made a lower low. Okay, we had this low right here. We're making this lower low. And I would like to see us lose the 200 EMA or the 200 MA, which would be really nice. So we have that. Let's come over to total 3. So for total 3, we are attempting a breakout on the 4 hour. We got above the 200 moving average, and then we've peaked back below it right here. But we have a ton of support converging right here with the moving averages curving up and the point of control sitting right where the 21 is. And then on the daily, we're above the 21, above the point of control. Stochastics are high. MACD is bullish for now. And, you know, the line in the sand on the daily for total 3, the entire altcoin market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum is that we need to get above this 200-day moving average to really see a potential altcoin rally. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's good, man. I was gonna say it's Bitwise, Grayscale, and some other ones coming. I can't remember. There's the other one, Bitwise. I know there's at least those two, and there's a couple more coming too. Besides that,
Yes, sir.
Trent,
Yes.
how do you feel about Pengu? Are you bullish or bearish on the Pengu? Pudgy penguins.
I mean, I'm apathetic about it, but I'm more bullish than bearish just because it's iconic, right?
Yeah.
It's the, it's for anyone in the NFT community that's still fond of that niche, like Pengu is a community. It fertilizes community, right? And that's always going to be a winner as long as it can stay relevant, right?
Hey Trent.
Yeah.
So we'll go on the month, 1 hour. Here are the dailies, the daily winners and losers. Minus Pengu because it just shrank down for some reason. Oh no, it's on the weekly. Then we got the weekly. Okay, everything's pretty solid pumpers. Now I go to the monthly, and you know what I see when I look at the monthly is I see nothing but opportunity because alt season hasn't happened yet. And if you want to figure out which ones you want to get into, you can say, "Well, shoot, I missed out on Pengu," and say, "Great." Wait for a retest. Write those down in a little yellow handbook. Say they're hot. I'll wait for a retest, and then go look at some of these other ones that are down them. Like Celestia, it's down 37%. Look at that.
Yeah, the graph is going to do numbers.
Yeah, I mean even Crow. I'm a huge Crow fan. It's down also. And then you got PiCoin down 23%.
Hey, be careful with PiCoin. I have to say.
I was kidding.
I have to say that. Hey, but Trump coin, obviously be careful with it too. But man, I mean,
but people wanted to get into Say when it was like $5. Well, now here's your opportunity. It's one of the ones that haven't shot up yet for the month. It's people are like, oh, it's $5.30. Get in now. Now it's down here. People are like, I'm not getting in. Then pumps up. People are like, oh, I wish I got in. Now it's coming down one more time. This is your opportunities to identify when you want to get into your favorite coins. I mean, even virtuals, protocol. People are like, I wish I got in down here. Well, everybody wish they got in down there. And everybody was like, oh, I missed the boat. And then it came back down, and people were like, it's coming down to more. I'm not going to get it. And now we came up, and now we're coming down to a good DCA level. You guys, you're always going to find an excuse why you didn't get in and why you should have got in and why you're not going to get in. Like, there's always excuses out there. Why? There's no reasons why you should have a why. It should be a plan your life, plan how you want to get in, plan how you're going to do it. Like, don't make up excuses. Like, even H bar is down 10%. I love my H bar bags. It's up there at 40 cents. My TA got a little better. I could have recognized the double top. Trent, you feeling it?
Yeah. So thoughts on Miria and Wormhole?
Miria and Wormhole. Did you know Wormhole just partnered up with Ripple? How's that really? Yeah. Like a week ago. It blew me away. What is Miria? I've heard of it before, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Do you remember Miria, Trent?
No, I'll look it up while you tell us about
it. I can look it up right now. I'm already in it. See, you taught me these skills, and I really been sharpening them while you were gone. Miria, 34 million market cap.
Hey.
Tiny little thing. 50 billion, 33 billion. So, Like what? 30%'s not circulating. 22% held by Gay.io. 24% is held by Bitmart. Kind of a large for two exchanges. Hold that much.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of having that much be held by an exchange, but it's such a slow market cap. Like MEXC only holds 6%. Looks like the average of like the larger exchanges only hold about 5 to 6%. KuCoin, MEXC, BitGet, Bybit, even Uniswap. We got Team. Team got a large portion. That's scary. Okay, if any team gets 30%, the 36 million market cap. They sell a couple percentages of this. The whole thing could just dump. That's a large supply. And ecosystem fund. That's pretty good. Public sale. Look at the public sale. Oh, wait. Public sale. Dude, look at the public sale. It's a sliver. It's like, I can't even get my mouse on it. It's right there. You guys can't, it doesn't even pull up. It's so small. Like, what the actual hell? Liquidity provisions. Got this next most strategic reserve. Like, the team got 10 times more than the strategic reserve. Like, that's a little weird. Why would the team get so much supply? If anything, the reserves should have more, and the team should get like 3%. That way people don't have to worry about them selling, which they might have some sort of, it's locked right now, we're not going to sell it. Well, you don't really know that, do you? It just happened with Melania coin. They were supposed to lock Melania for 30 days, and they dumped it after like 4 hours. So 36 is untracked. I mean, it's probably because it's not released yet. 43% of supply is unlocked. 20% is locked. And they've had a very aggressive unlocking since 2023. Now, they have about till May next year where the unlocks are going to stay aggressive. Then in the bear market, they're going to slow down because they know no one's going to be buying it. Every month. August. No, this is July to September-ish. So like every 40 days, it looks like they have like a 2% unlock. So that's something to keep in mind. I guess they do. Well, this is 1.5%. No, 1.5%, 2%, 1.5%, 2%, 1.5%, 2%. Okay, just earlier was that. One wallet holds 17% of supply. That's not
a shout out to Calvin. Also, is AZ Diamondbacks, what sport is that? Are we talking basketball? Because if we are,
that's not basketball, that's horse riding.
All I know is I really want to go to a Caitlin Clark game.
No, we got 17% is held by one wallet, 13% is held by another wallet, and anything like above 2%, I would be kind of sketched out about, to be honest with you. That's a lot. Okay, so here's another thing: top 10 wallets hold 60% of the supply. So just be very wary when top 10 wallets hold that are not exchanges. Keep that in mind, because exchanges were holding 6% each.
Hey, so if anyone has a beer with you on the stream, drop in the comments what you're drinking, or it doesn't have to be a beer. Gosh, whatever it is.
This is about Moria. You have to copy and paste in a chat GPT because it's too much there to read. Battle tested consensus protocol. OFT mentioned trade-off between genuine usability and fully decentralized security is false 1. Myriad Layer 2 offers both. Okay, well, I don't know enough about this. I'd have to read the white paper. I don't even know what profile score is, but it's orange. It's only at 61%, so it's kind of lower. This to me would be like high risk, high reward, but you're going to have to try to beat the other top 10 wallets holding the majority of the supply to sell it out. I know it's baseball, Calvin. I just sounded funny to say horseback for some reason. Don't ask me where they play from. I just know the name. A lot of time in the break.
Curling.
It's curling the stones.
It's professional pickleball.
Pickleball. That's not professional.
Not to be confused with tickleball. That's
You know,
that's something that happens in the bedroom. That's a bedroom sport.
I haven't played that sport before.
Oh, we know you have.
How do you do?
Yeah.
You do?
Like the kind of guy that's played tickleball.
You tell me. You got to share this experience. Maybe I can relate. Tell me about it. Yeah, you set yourself up, Trent.
You mean you've never let your wife play a little tickleball?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. I mean, I have a wife.
Me neither. I don't know.
Okay. Spanish authorities arrest five people in $541 million crypto fraud case. Money laundering. Hey, Calvin, here's your horse. I found it. Just kidding.
You want me to give you two picks, two very low cap
Helps
picks?
when I share the screen. Helps when I share the screen.
Go for it.
Okay. First, Michael Saylor did buy more Bitcoins. Did you know that?
Wow. That's just another Tuesday.
Yeah, right. He's so close. He's 3,000 away from 600K. The first U.S. staked cryptocurrency ETF will launch on Wednesday, allowing investors to hold Solana and earn yield through staking. 2 days earlier, Cointelegraph reported that Rex Osprey Solana stake and ETF could launch imminently. User Rex shares confirm on Monday that the fund is set to debut. As the name suggests, the Rex Osprey. How does the name suggest anything? Fund will give investors direct exposure to spot SOL, along with staking income, potentially paving the way for broader institutional adoption of crypto. The launch follows Rex's updated prospectus and positive feedback from the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission (SEC) regarding its unique C Corp business structure, an arrangement regularly had previously argued conflicted with so-called ETF rule. The SEC ruled in May that the staking does not violate securities laws, but will decide to punt its decision on staked ETFs and other altcoins. Woo-wee! Solana SSK. I know what the K stands for, but it stands for something. Solana staking coolness. Kazakhstan plans to establish a national. Solana staking Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan plans to establish national crypto reserve. National Bank of Kazakhstan. I think we read this before. They're talking about plans to establish and manage cryptocurrency reserve, according to Monday report by government news agency Kaziform. Does you even know how much money Kazakhstan uses, or like their net? I have no idea.
No.
Though they keep buying Bitcoin, I mean, there's no reason why it can't go up.
Right.
National Bank of Kazakhstan local authorities are studying the development of crypto reserve, which will flow into national practices. Typically, such reserves are likely to be funded with expropriated. What word is that, Trent? Expropriated digital assets.
Let me look. Where we at?
And state-run crypto mining reports said this word right here: expropriated.
Expropriated, yeah.
What the heck does that even mean, Trent? In English. A National Bank of Kazakhstan chairman, Timur Selimyan, acknowledged the volatility and the risks associated with crypto assets. He said that placing the reserve under control of centralized institutional would ensure proper oversight and risk management. A response from National Bank to parliamentary inquiry.
Expropriated has to do with taking away of property from its owner.
Typical such reserves are likely to be funded from. Oh, okay, there's lots of state run. So they're going to say like the legal stuff they're taking. What I'm getting then. A response from the National Bank to parliamentary inquiry concerning digital assets dated May 22nd also said the central bank supported creation of a state-run crypto reserve. The document suggests that it could be managed by the National Bank subsidiary specializing in alternative investments. So they're going to let the bank run the Bitcoin. tip.
Yes.
Metaplanet surpasses CleanSpark with 108 million Bitcoin buy. Japanese Bitcoin treasury firm Metaplanet has surpassed mining company CleanSpark and becoming the 5th largest corporate holder of Bitcoin after buying another 1,000 Bitcoin for 10. Oh, 10, not 10. I thought I said 10 billion, but it's 108 million. 10B. Firm now holds 13,000 Bitcoins acquired for the amount of 1.3 billion, around 97,000 per Bitcoin at a current market price of the treasury of worth 1.5 billion. You know, Trent, that guy paid 10,000 Bitcoins for a pizza. That's practically $1 billion. $1 billion.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess technically it would be $1 billion, huh?
I mean, if you're
more.
hungry enough.
A little more then. Are you ready to do are you leaning to Cardano Spotlight or not yet?
Yeah. You know, I'm ready. I'm like
Woo! It's hot in my house.
I'm like a little groggy still, you know. I'm tired from this weekend. My sister-in-law just got married, for those of you that don't know. I officiated the wedding on Saturday, but man,
did you take pictures of the meat?
I did not. But I showed you, but I did. I opened the grill and I showed you live.
Well, I know that. But Calvin doesn't know that.
Calvin was there that day, I think.
You didn't make me feel like he was. You there, you think?
Anyways, yeah, you know, I'm just, man, I'm worn out for some reason. Like all week it was just nonstop leading up to that wedding, and you know, I don't want to say I'm glad it's over, but you know,
I'm worn out for other reasons.
yeah, I feel like I can get back to normal.
Related.
Yeah. So, man, I mean, but we were like we were the setup, tear down, like the amount of stuff that I've loaded into my truck, taken to the dump. I might have been to the dump just as much as you have.
You should just put it on the curb like everybody else and let the garbage guy do it.
It's too much stuff. They would never take it.
You don't know that. I mean, I picked up over 36 bags from one person before.
Yeah. But look, I'm like, we're over here in California. We're in city limits. You know, for example, like we have to, we have
probably get charged extra.
We have something called a bulky item pickup where you only get two of
I know
them.
what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, we only get 2 of them per year.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's normal.
I mean, I actually don't know either. I usually just call the number. I'm pretty sure that you could call it 4, 5, 6 times, and they're not going to be like, "Well, you called in before. I don't think we're going to take that." You know?
Yeah.
They probably really don't keep record of it as much as you think they do.
That's true. Well, I don't know. Anyways, what was I about to say? Oh yeah, Cardano Spotlight. 2 coins, 2 low cap coin picks that I would buy personally, and I'm being biased here, okay? Admittedly, I'm being biased. But 2 low cap coins that I would buy over Myria and Wormhole is I would buy Indigo Protocol, and I would buy Strike. Oh, well, yeah, I know. I'm not showing anything. I'm just talking. I would buy Indigo Protocol and I would buy Strike Finance. So Indigo, I mean, I guess I can just pull up their Twitters just for something to show on the screen, right? So I'll come over here and share this tab instead. And Indigo. Synthetic assets on Cardano. So here we are. Indigo Protocol, synthetic assets on Cardano. So this is a real world asset play on the Cardano chain. And if you can't tell, if you're new to the stream, I'm a big Cardano enthusiast. It's my largest investment in crypto.
How much XRP was?
Well,
whoa,
that's
whoa.
why I said my largest investment. I've invested more in Cardano, but my XRP bag has become bigger because it's pumped more.
Calvin's responding to you.
Sorry, fan interference call. I was or wasn't there for what? Def wasn't there for the wedding. I should have live streamed the wedding on the channel.
Yeah, you should have. You could have paid Hal to wear an XRP hat and then later wear a Cardano.
I should have said I should have live streamed the wedding and then said send crypto to support the newlyweds. I don't know. Anyways, no, yeah, Tyler was just telling me he was asking me if I took pictures of the smoked pulled pork that I did on the Traeger on Friday.
What I said. I asked you to take pictures of you playing pickleball.
No, when I smoked pulled pork for like 30 people on Friday, and I told him that I didn't take pictures, but I did open up the pit and show the pork butts live on the stream.
Did you have any leftover?
That you were, huh?
Did you have any leftover?
Oh yeah, I still have leftover.
What?
Yeah. I was just saying that Calvin, that I'm pretty sure you were there on the stream that day. That's all. Anyway, so Indigo, synthetic assets on Cardano. This is a real world asset play on the Cardano blockchain. And we have Cardano's DeFi synthetic protocol, iAssets. Indigo DAO powered by Indy. Unleash synthetics with app.indigoprotocol.io. And you know what? Like, why not? Let's just hear this video. I've played it before, but
Indigo is proud to present an exciting development coming soon to the Cardano ecosystem. Create a Bitcoin-backed CDP on Indigo, powered by Lace. Utilize your Bitcoin MD5 without the need to ever sell it. Maintain your ownership, safety, and 24/7 access at all times. Putting potentially trillions in liquidity to work for Bitcoin and Cardano users alike. Build your Indigo CDP effortlessly with Bitcoin. This is
yes,
Bitcoin
the well-seasoned grill.
It's
just how I like it.
I almost hit that comment.
To Indigo.
So yeah,
today Indigo is proud to present an exciting development.
Okay, so here's the thing about this: collateralized debt positions. That's what CDP stands for, which is a fancy way of saying that you can put real Bitcoin, hold it in your Lace wallet on Cardano, and use it as collateral on the Indigo protocol for lending and borrowing. You can borrow against your Bitcoin with Cardano DeFi, but Indigo protocol is touching a wide range of real-world asset functionality, and it's at a $15 million market cap. Like, the potential on that, I mean, when we were looking at something like Maria and looking at around a $15 million market cap, like, when you have a protocol that is integrating, I need you to hear me here, okay? This is probably the liveliest I'm going to be on the stream today because I'm really tired. But when you have a protocol that is integrating native Bitcoin in your Lace wallet that you can use for collateralized debt positions in DeFi, and it's only at a $15 million market cap. Like, I don't know. Like, this is the definition of a low cap gem.
You know, the definition of a low cap gem is you wearing a Swifty shirt and talking about Cardano and how good it is. I was sitting there staring at it, and I was all like, wait a minute. I thought those were portraits. I'm like, oh, it's garbage. He has garbage on his shirt, guys. That's different colors of garbage.
All of them are her album covers.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, garbage. Yeah, so look, that's the definition of a low cap gem to me. I don't see how it gets much better than that. Never mind the fact that with Chakra AI agents coming, you can use if you hold over like 5,000 Indigo tokens, 5,000 Indy, you can bind it to an AI agent, allowing you to manage your lending and borrowing, manage your collateralized debt positions, and manage your yield farming with the help of AI agents on Indigo. So then you have the other play is Strike Finance. So
isn't that like a Michael Saylor
Soon to the
play?
Cardano.
Isn't it what?
Isn't that a Michael Saylor play? Dividend you play?
Strike? I don't know. I mean, Michael Saylor doesn't like anything but Bitcoin.
Yeah, and he uses Strike and Strife to buy more Bitcoin. Hey, Trent,
Strike.
you know, I was sitting there listening to Calvin talk, you know, about the Diamondbacks. So you ever been a Giants fan? Or you know the Giants?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're a pretty good team, right?
Yeah.
Would you root for them?
So.
Would you root for them just because they have the name?
No.
I mean, they're a better team though than Diamondbacks, right?
I guess. I mean, I'm not a big baseball follower, so
Okay.
I don't know my stuff.
I just want to know because right now they're playing the Diamondbacks and it's the end of the eighth. I just want Calvin to know your true colors.
Who's winning?
Diamondbacks.
Oh, okay.
But you're rooting for the Giants, so
I didn't say that I'm rooting for the Giants. So Strike Finance, we have derivatives. Derivatives belong on chain. Strike makes it happen. Perpetuals on Cardano with up to 15x leverage, now live on mainnet. Guys, this is crazy. So the thing is, you know, look at Hyperliquid, right? Why is Hyperliquid such a craze?
I'm very sus about its market cap, by the way.
Huh?
Something doesn't seem right about Hyperliquid and its market cap valuation.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But something's wrong.
But why is Hyperliquid so
hyper?
So I don't want to say successful, but why is it so why is it done so well? Why is it so sought after? Why is it so out there in the interwebs, like gaining such traction? Well, people want derivatives on chain. People want to be able to self-custody their assets and trade with leverage at the same time. Well, why would you not want to do that on the most secure, decentralized blockchain that exists outside of Bitcoin? And even that's arguable, right? Like Cardano has a higher Nakamoto coefficient than Bitcoin. Like, why would you, if you're going to run the risk of trading leverage on chain with a with a protocol that is untested, with a protocol that is not stress tested, a protocol that has not proven itself over time, right? Like we all thought that it's the same thing with the CEDAS hack on Sweet. Like everybody thought it's the next big thing, and you know what? It still kind of is, right? I mean, I'm not taking away from that. It still kind of is, but there is a marked thing, a line in the sand that distinguishes things like SWI and its protocols, things like Hyperliquid, everything else from Cardano. And at the end of the day, it's security and decentralization. Calvin says, Trent, do you think Charles can change the negative narrative, the negative ADA narrative he once faced? If so, how? He's got a platform. Well, I think that's already been changing. And like, might be a hot take, but if you still think that the overwhelming ADA narrative is negative, I would venture to say that, like, not with all of crypto, but I would venture to say that when it comes to Cardano, you're still living in 2024. Honestly, because...
2023.
Well, 2024 was, it got bashed quite a bit. And like Ben was probably the biggest voice in that, right? But yeah, I just think that if you think that the overwhelming narrative on ADA is negative, I think that you're still living in 2024 in that regard. And I say that just because 2025 rolls around and like ADA is part of the strategic reserve. Well, okay, not the congressional strategic reserve, but it's part of the crypto stockpile, along with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, right? It made its way into the executive branch, the presidential United States crypto stockpile. And have you guys noticed that the Grayscale large cap fund that they are looking to turn into an ETF, the Grayscale large cap fund is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. The Grayscale large cap fund is 5 assets, and it matches the presidential stockpile exactly to those 5 assets. Is that coincidence? I think not. Like, that narrative in 2025 has not been negative for Cardano. And the Bitcoin conference, look, ICP has been been in the Bitcoin DeFi game for years. And when I say it's been in the Bitcoin DeFi game for years, I mean it's shown how its tech can support that. But has ICP had a display at the Bitcoin conference? No. Cardano did. Cardano did actually through 2 avenues, through Bitcoin OS and through the Lace wallet integration. So that hasn't been negative either. So I mean, I don't know. I think that the negative narrative is already changing. Yeah. So that being said, and here's the other thing. Can Charles continue to change? Since I believe that the negative narrative is already changing, do I believe that Charles can continue to change the narrative, the negative narrative? My answer to that is a resounding yes. And the way that he does it is midnight. The largest airdrop in crypto history. Across 8 blockchains, 37 million users, 13 times the active addresses on Cardano, and they're going to have to come to Cardano to redeem their airdrop tokens. The airdrop prioritizes Cardano holders, and also Cardano stake pool operators and delegators will earn Cardano. They will earn ADA and Midnight. I've staked my Cardano since 2021, and pretty soon here, a switch is going to flip, and I will be earning ADA and Night just for delegating to a Cardano stake pool. Midnight powering private transactions, private Bitcoin transactions, and doing it interoperably across 8 blockchains. Like, guys, Midnight is a true 3rd, maybe even 4th generation blockchain. It's Charles's new project after Cardano goes full decentralized. Like, that's what we don't understand about Midnight, is that now that Cardano is in the Voltaire era and it's truly governed by the community, like, Charles accomplished his goal with Cardano. Not completely, but what's his next step now? Now that it's in the hands of the community, now that it's decentralized, now that Charles could die tomorrow and Cardano lives another day. Now that Charles can die tomorrow and Cardano lives in another day, Charles's new baby, his new project is Midnight. And Midnight is the key to interoperability and privacy in crypto, and it makes everybody go through Cardano to do it. So, I don't know.
Well, we have a quick request, and then we got to get ready to go, Trent.
Yeah.
We got to roll, Trent. Roll. But I was going to say, what do we think of Caspa?
Yeah.
Why isn't not adding it to stage? Or we move your stage, add to stage. There we go. Caspa on the 4-hour shows momentum pressure to the downside on the blue momentum waves. VWAP is below the 0 line. Strength is coming down. Stokes are high. We jump over the 12-hour. We have a red dot. Almost bearish divergence, actually, on the 12-hour trend. I mean, we got a little bit of swing down right there. And then we have a little bit of swing up, to the downside. So we got that going for you on the 12-hour. The daily, we have an anchor trigger wave just about appear right here. Also saying you're going to have more downwards price action. VWAP is just about to go below the 0 line. The 2-day is in a rising wedge-ish thing.
Mm-hmm.
The 2-day is the most bullish out of everything, but it has a lot of I think things to overcome. Like, look at the previous stuff. This could roll into something red. The 3-day, you have, there's no bullish divergence, but you do have a momentum wave, trigger wave coming up. It's not very tight though, which we kind of wish we had a tighter one. Trigger wave, it wants to roll over. We haven't got there yet. So I would say pay attention to the smaller time frames, really, on this. It's getting to a point where it wants to flip, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the smaller time frames. We'll be leaning bearish. I'm actually leaning a little bit bearish for the market tomorrow.
Well, in short, what I think about Caspa is that it's a community coin. Like, it's going to have its pump, but you know, what I don't understand the need for more proof of work coins. I just don't. Me personally, I don't get it. And I know that they say, look, we can do smart contracts and we can do them fast and we can do them per proof of work, but I still just don't get it. I don't get why anything other than proof of stake or arguably a DAG is not the best way to do smart contracts. So I just don't get it. Personally, I think I don't like it. I don't like Caspa, but there you go.
There you go. Guys, I just want to say before we sign off, thank you, Jerema, for showing up. Thank you, Calvin, for showing up. Thank you, Chase Knox, for subscribing and for showing up. Thank you, Cameron Earth King, for showing up. Thank you, Muffhead, for showing up. Thank you, Epstein's Ghost, for showing up. And Spearman for subscribing. Thank you. I think that's it. I think that is it. Diamondbacks win. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the thoughts and conversation. You're welcome, Calvin. We appreciate the conversation, too. But everybody, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you for supporting the channel. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific Northwestern time. And we'll give you the deets for the day, man. The deets for the day and what we expect for Wednesday with the ETFs. Because, you know, the end of Tuesday night, it tells us what we expect for Wednesday ETFs. So, guys, you have a good night. If you haven't, like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the flippity flop.